boat and Ashley. But so sometimes we don't really know what's happening in our lives. But if we just look afar off, then keep the faith, then something good is going to happen. Moving on to verses 23 and 25. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to call the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. So, the first 23, Moses' parents, when he was born, you know that story, how at that time there was a law that all the Israelites' babies should be killed, and his parents, his mom, didn't want that, so she hid him because she knew that God was going to do something with him. And the next verse, he refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He didn't want to be chosen. He didn't want to be called royalty, but he chose to be with his people and suffer with them. And I really like that it says to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And that relates to us because there's sin everywhere, and people think they're pleasurable, but they're not. It says for a season. The season only lasts, part of a year, not even a whole year. So, it's not going to last. But the people of God are, and he knew that. He knew God was everlasting. So, verse 30 and 31. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. So, the story of Joshua and Jericho, the walls of Jericho, now scientists today, they know that if you march around something enough times, then the whatever will make it fall. I didn't do very good in physics class, so I don't know. But it's something like that. But back then, who knew that walking around something 7 times, that sounds silly. I'm going to walk around this thing 7 times and it's going to fall. No, you don't think that. But God knew that it would happen. And he told them, and they did it, believe in him, even though it sounded crazy. And it happened. And Rahab, she had faith that her family wouldn't be destroyed. And it says, when she had received the spies with peace. So, if God sent the spies to her, and instead of saying, no, I'm not doing that could get me killed, she said, okay, and she received them with peace in her heart. And maybe God sent you something tonight, whether it be, I don't know, an unsaved person to talk to, or just something you're not really comfortable with right now. If you just receive it with peace, then he's going to save you, and it's all going to be good. And the last one is verse 40. God having provided some better thing for us. And there's more to that verse, but I'm going to stop there because I just love that. God having provided some better thing for us. That's basically saying he's provided something better. So if you're going through a hard time, look outside the box, into the bigger picture, because he provided something better for you. And I have some points, the next slide, that we can get from all of these Bible stories and people that we learn. And it is to be moved with fear of God and condemn the world. We learn that from Noah. Believe God will be faithful to his promises. We learn that from Sarah. And look to the things unseen. Hebrews 11:13. And choose God over sin, like Moses. Accept anything God sends us with peace, like Rahab. And I added one more. Believe in the impossible, and it'll happen. Just like it happened for them, it can happen for you. So don't give up hope. Just look to the bigger picture, and that's pretty much all I got. So if any of you want to come bring a song. And remember, like Charles said this morning, God doesn't give up on us, so we don't give up on him, even though it looks to be a little rocky and crazy right now. Just keep the faith, and you can do that. Just reread Hebrews chapter 11. That's one of my favorite verses, and hopefully it can be one of yours too. So.